Let me go ahead and share my screen to all of you. So you all know that already we are done with a lot of prompting techniques, right? So, and again, now we are going to go ahead and complete the remaining techniques. And then today I mentioned, right, I'll be showing you how to create different images. Okay, so we will be also looking into the process of creating different images, how those images can be able to go ahead and work upon. Okay, so that's another thing which we are going to discuss in a very detailed way. Okay, so that's one of the important point we need to identify. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Let me share my screen. Okay, so right now we will be able to go ahead and try to understand what are the different things which we can be able to go ahead and do. So I know that many of you were interested first, as I said, right? Okay, that yesterday I made it very clear to all of you. So here you see in this case that is image generation. Okay. So image generation is something which we are going to work upon. So right now, if you see, right, this is the very first thing which we are going to target it today. Okay, because I know many of you are interested to know this. How can I generate image? What are all the different images I can be able to create? How it is going to be important, right? So this is very, very important. No, see, that's what as I said you, right? What is going to happen here is like I'll show you. Okay, first let's understand how to generate the image. Okay, once the images get generated, right, then we are going to look into the different other areas. Okay, so how can you generate images? See, you can generate images in any of the LLMs. Either it is your chat GPT, or either it is your Copilot, or either it is your Gemini. You take anything, right? You take anything. At the end of the day, what I want to make you all understand here in the process is, if you see, I mean, like very clearly, I would just go ahead and let you know. See, like image generation means it is always capable for us to go ahead, generate and create great images. That's the main thing which we all need to understand it. Okay, so whenever you want to go ahead and generate image, you have to be very thoughtful. You have to be very innovative, or you're gonna be very much like different in the process. Okay, so now there are two ways in which you can generate the images. One, be as imaginative as possible, so you will get the image. Second, as you asked me, right, if I want to create modules, if I want to create architectures, or if I want to really do great things like a flow chart, how can I be able to do? Then definitely you cannot be able to do this in the chat GPT, because your chat GPT, your Copilot, your Gemini, none of them are going to go ahead and give you the architecture or the flow chart or the models. Even if it gives, it is always not going to be accurate. Forget about 90%. It is not even going to be accurate more than 50%. So you have to be very careful. Just because I'm saying you to generate the image, it doesn't mean that your chat GPT, Copilot and Gemini will go and create you architecture for your research paper, modules for your research paper. No, it's not going to work in that way. Okay, you have to be very, very proactive and clear over here when you really want to generate the images. Okay, so whenever you want to go ahead and try to generate the image, okay, so you need to be very thoughtful. Like as I said you, right? So let's say if I go to the chat GPT, give me a minute. Okay, let's try to. Okay, so let's just go ahead and then try to. Let's just go to the new chat. Okay, so you see that here. Okay, so now if you observe over here very clearly, okay, now if you observe here, I want to create an image. So how can I be able to go ahead and create it is a question. Say I would say for an example, I can just simply go ahead and say anything. See in my mind, whatever is running, I would say beautiful. Okay, I want a beautiful and realistic. Okay, I need a realistic illustration of what I want. Let's say we're in Hyderabad, Charminar in Hyderabad. Okay, and then during the I'll just say during the evening. Okay, golden hour. So that means golden hour in the sense is nothing but like it's just saying that we will be able to go ahead. Okay, this. Okay, so you see that I just put this very simple and like it's just gonna be very simplistic one. Okay, now let's say I'll try to execute it. Let's see what it is going to do. Even I'm not sure. Let's see what it's going to do. A beautiful and realistic illustration of Charminar in Hyderabad during the evening golden hour. Let's see how intelligent. Okay, how intelligent it is. Let's go and see. Okay, let's see. Okay, you see here. Okay, you see that here. See the picture. I mean, see the point. What you need to understand is, as long as your prompt is great, it can go ahead and do really some interesting things. Okay, now if you see, I said that hey, I need a beautiful and realistic illustration of Charminar. It understood how a Charminar would look like, and then where I need it in Hyderabad. Okay, so and during the evening, see the atmosphere if you observe. See the atmosphere if you see, it's like it's gonna look like totally a evening golden hour. Okay, it's a evening where you see that that's been very clearly visible in the image. Okay, so that's how you have to realistically take it up. Okay, now so let's say I would say a stunning and realistic. Okay, I need a stunning and realistic description of the Red Fort. Okay, in India, captured at sunset. Okay, so I would say captured at sunset. I mean, I'm just random thought. I'm not saying that hey, you have to write it in a way how I'm trying to do it. Okay, see, it's at the end of the day, it's ultimately up to you. Okay, so how you go ahead and try to utilize it is up to you at the end of the day. Okay, so let's say if I go ahead and run this, let's see what it is going to do. I need a realistic description of the Red Fort. Okay, in India, captured at the sunset. Okay, so let's right now you see that it has been loading over here. Okay, so if you see here, let's see what it's going to do. Wow, see. Okay, so if you see here very clearly, right, in this case, Okay, see, this is how the image got created. With a very simple and with a very basic prompt, you can just see some great images are being created. But I would just go ahead and let you know it's really gonna be painful, because the thing is here, if you observe, okay, if you observe over here, right, this is something like where you have to do it in the paid version in ChatGPT. If you have a paid version, if you have already subscribed, you will get great images and you can be able to create them. Okay. But I know it's very difficult. Why I want my participants to go ahead and invest again some amount of money and then come back over here. Okay. So I don't want it. So what I want to put it over here is, say there is another tool. Okay. So there is another tool called as the Copilot. Okay. So you see that here, right? In this case, this is your Copilot, Microsoft Copilot. Okay, I'll just share the link. So if you see the Microsoft Copilot, okay, if you talk about the Microsoft Copilot here, so this Microsoft Copilot is also like LLM only. It's the same as like ChatGPT is one tool, Microsoft Copilot is another tool. But why am I coming to Microsoft Copilot here is just to let you know a different flavor, where in ChatGPT, when you want to go ahead and create an image, what is going to happen? Okay, so it's gonna make sure, okay, it's gonna make sure that ultimately, okay, that ultimately what is going to happen is whenever you are going to go ahead and create an image, okay, so basically in the chat GPT, you can always be able to go ahead and create the image if you are paid. But in Copilot, that's not the scenario. You don't need to pay even a single rupee. That's the advantage. Create as many images as you want. No restriction. Just go ahead and create whatever you want without any difficulties or concerns. Okay. So that's the important point which we all should basically be aware about. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, let's go to ChatGPT. Okay. Let's try to run the same prompt. Let's try to run this prompt and have a look into it here. Okay, let's just go ahead and then try to run this. Okay. Let's again try to, okay, it took it up. Let's just check it out what it is trying to do. Okay, so right now, again, I'm going to go ahead and put it over here and say, let's enter this. Let's see what it is going to do. Okay, now it's also going and creating the image. Wow. Let's see what it is and how it is going to be able to go ahead and create it for us. Okay, see, if you observe here, right, better. Okay, if you see, I know that in front of Charminar, you wouldn't be able to see such a great roads. You know how narrow it is if you have been gone to Charminar. Okay, so right now it's still far better. I mean, it's giving for free. You don't need to pay even a single rupee to get the license over here. But still, you observe that here, right? So everything you can be able to go ahead and can create it on your own. Okay, just free of cost. You don't need to pay even a single rupee. In the chat GPT, if the same thing you would have done, you have to pay because you have to subscribe to the chat GPT for the paid version and you have to do it. But in the Microsoft Copilot, I'll share the link in a while, you can be able to go ahead and generate whatever you want without any difficulties or concerns. Okay, now at the same time, I'm gonna again go and take the other prompt which we ran, okay, where we got to know about the realistic red fort in India captured at the sunset. Okay, so let's go try to take this, run it over here, and then execute and check the like how the image is gonna be present. Okay, let's just have a look into this part. So now you see that here, right? So it's giving you the red fort where you can see the red fort being present and then its reflection. So what I'm trying to let you know is if you really want to create an image, okay, sometimes your students or maybe let's say your child needs some picture. What we do, we ideally go to internet, right? In internet, what you do, you don't have any other option. You whatever is available, you will take that and either you'll take a printout and you'll submit as an assignment in your child's school, right? So ideally, there would be some or the other topic which will be happening. But imagine if you use generative AI and make your child also educate. Hey, if your child is having some imagination, ask your child to put it in an English, and Copilot is free of cost. Let him put, okay, or let her put. Then ultimately, what is going to happen? You are going to see a output will be generated from there. Okay, literally output will be generated, and you can download that respective output and can be able to utilize it wherever you want it. So you can just try to go ahead, download it, and the moment you go ahead and download it, right, then you can be able to showcase it. Now, one more advantage I'll say you, whatever images which generative AI creates it, okay, whatever image the generative AI creates it, right, you will not see those images anywhere over the internet, because you remember the day one session, what I explained to you, generative AI is meant always to generate the new images. Okay, when you talk about the generative AI, right, the speciality of the generative AI is to always go ahead, generate the new images which are required for us. That is the clarity which we all should be aware about whenever we talk about the, let's say, how the Gen AI is going to work to create images. You may say me, like these are all very simplistic things. No, these are not very simplistic until you don't put your thought, until you don't have the imaginative skills, then it is really going to be very difficult for us to handle it. You should really have a great imagination skills. Okay, just whatever imagination is running in your mind, put it in an English in the prompt, and it will go ahead and create it for you. So now you go to internet and say that, hey, I want to go ahead and see a realistic illustration of Charminar in Hyderabad during the evening golden hour. What internet will do? Google or any other, like, let me say, browser, you go ahead and use it, Chrome or for my Mozilla Firefox or whatever you want to go ahead and implement it. You ask this question or ask this prompt, you know what it will do? It will give you the list of pictures which it has. It is least bothered what is your requirement. It will take the keywords like Charminar, okay, in Hyderabad, that's it. Whatever images of the Charminar are present, it will give it to. But your Gen AI, like your Copilot or Chat GPT or Google Gemini, their capability is not that it will just go ahead and give it to you and it will say its job is completed. No, it has such a speciality that where it will go ahead and will try to create the images in such a great way that you can be able to go ahead and see it in a very unique and in a different manner. And the best advantage is whatever you are asking, it is able to give you that. That is the beauty of the generative AI, where it will understand what is your ask and it will create a new image where you will never be able to find that out in the internet world. That is the beauty of it. Now, let's say, okay, I'm going to go ahead and show you another one here. Okay. See, there is a site called as the thispersondoesnotexist.com. Don't worry, I'll share all these links. Okay. Now, if you see this picture, okay, if you see this picture, right, whatever I'm showing it on my screen. So if I ask you, okay, do you know her? And definitely, like you will say, I don't know. But if you very closely observe, she's like a real human being. But you know, this is created by generative AI, where you don't even know that whether this person is a real person or just an imaginary. It's just an imaginary picture which your Gen AI was able to go ahead and create a totally different picture over here. That's it. That is the clarity which every one of us should be aware about. Gen AI is so smart, so capable enough that it will be able to go ahead and make you understand that this is real, but it is not. Now, if you see, this person does not exist in the real world, but it was able to go ahead and create such a great image where you believe that this is a photo which has been captured. Okay, so every time you go ahead and then try to, let's say, I'm going to go ahead and then try to see, refresh it one more time. Just refresh it. As and when you refresh it, you will see new images getting created, but they never exist in the world. Okay, these people, they never exist in the world. I'm saying you, these are all are the images, whatever you are trying to see over here very clearly, right? These are all are the images which are being captured, okay, by the generative AI, but they are not the real persons. If you look for the entire world, you will never find these people present. Like this, if you keep refreshing, you will see totally different pictures coming up over here. See, it will look like as if it is real, but it is not. That's the understanding which every one of you should basically be able to be aware of. Okay. So this is one thing which I just want to make sure that you all should be aware about. Okay, like where this is one good site where you can always go ahead, have a look into it and see that how things would actually look like. Okay, so just giving a thought, I mean, just so that you can all be able to understand how things are being working over here. Okay, so now whatever you have understood is to get the normal pictures, right? Like let us say we took Charminar, we took Red Fort. Now you can take any of the example on your own. As I said you, the tool, don't do it in ChatGPT because you have to pay. But when you do it in Microsoft Copilot, I'll share you the link. I'll give you enough time for practicing. Just listen right now so that you can understand it first and then later implement it when the time needs. Okay. So what I'm trying to say you here is in the Microsoft Copilot, I've introduced you to the new LLM tool. Okay, so what I'm trying to do here is I was able to go ahead and then try to introduce you to the new tool. That is Copilot. In the Copilot, free of cost. Go and create as many images as you want. It's totally upon your imagination. Write a prompt, generate the picture from there, and if you wish, you can download it. Okay, so there is an option to also download it here. See here, right beside the picture only, exactly beside the picture, you have an option here to download where you can download the picture and you can be able to save it. Okay, so this is something which I just want to make sure that you all should be aware about. Okay, so that's how you can always be able to go ahead, download it and see all the relevant information which is needed for us. So that's the clarity which we all should be aware of. Okay, and then one more thing which I just want to show you is this is just out of curiosity. Okay, this is something for you to know. See, even though your generative AI is super smart, okay, it will make you believe that they are real human beings, but indeed you never see that this type of human beings available in the world. And that's what we call this person does not exist.com. Let me say the respective site name itself says this person does not exist.com. So that itself is making it here very clear for all of us. Okay. And then now I know some of you are interested to create some flow charts or architecture, right? So for that, I'll take you to a new tool that is called as Miro, M-I-R-O. I'll share the links, don't worry. So here you can always sign up with your account. Okay. So let me just quickly try to sign up with my account over here. Just you have to sign it up free of cost. Okay, whatever I'm trying to explain, I'm just letting you know so that you don't need to pay any amount. It's all free of cost only, whatever we are doing. That is the reason we moved to Copilot today, because I don't want you to pay any money until you don't have the confidence. Okay, so that's something which I just want to make sure that you all are aware about, which is very, very important. Okay, now you see that this is a Miro. Okay, this is a Miro tool, M-I-R-O, where I will share you the link. Don't worry about it. Okay, so now there are different ways in which you can handle this. Okay, so let's say here there is an option to create a new. Okay, let's create a new board. Let's see what it is going to do. Okay, I want to create a team board. Let me go ahead and create a team board over here. See, it's just creating a team board for me. So first I need a board, right? Without board, what can I be able to go and do then? I need definitely a board. So right now my board is present here. And if you see towards the left hand side, extremely towards the left hand side, there is an option to create with AI. So let's click on create with AI and let's see what we can do here. Okay, so somebody was not somebody, I say many of you were interested to know how you can create a flow chart first, and then we will see about the architecture and all of them. So what I want to do here is, like, let's say I want a Miro diagram. Miro is a tool. Okay, I would say I need a Miro diagram of what I would say of cloud infrastructure. Okay, I need it for the cloud infrastructure architecture, where it should be able to go ahead. It should highlight the compute service. Okay, it should be able to go ahead and highlight me the compute service. It should be able to highlight me the storage. It should be highlight me about the load balancer, and then networking, and then security. Okay, so I need all of these things present in my diagram, which is going to be created in the form of the architecture. Okay, so I just took some random topic over here. Okay, that's if you observe in this scenario, it is like I need a Miro diagram of the cloud infrastructure, which is very much needed for me. Okay, so I will just make sure that it is corrected infra structure. Okay. So I need an infrastructure architecture where I need highlighting compute, service, storage, load balancer, networking, and security components. See, you want to generate a sticky notes, it will create it. Or otherwise, I need a document, or I need a, let's say, image, or I need a flow chart here. You see that, right? I need a flow chart. Let's say, generate the diagram. Let's see what it is going to do. Okay. I mentioned flow chart very clearly, and I've given my prompt. This is not capable. This is not capable in your Copilot, in your Chat GPT, in your Gemini. This is only possible in your respective Miro tool. And see here your flow chart. If you observe here, right? Okay, it has created a great flow chart where I didn't even do even a single thing. It was able to go ahead and create a great flow chart for me. Okay, especially for your research work and all, it will be helpful. See, compute service. Is a compute optimized? If yes, use the high performance virtual machines. If it is no, then use the standard VMs. Then going to storage. Is your data redundant? Then use the multi-region storage. If your data is not redundant, then use just a single region storage. Okay, then your cloud infrastructure. You have a load balancer. Is your traffic high? Then yes, use the auto scaling mechanism. If it is no, then use the fixed capacity of servers, how much ever you want it. Networking. Is your network secure? If it is yes, maintain a current security. If it is no, then implement some firewalls and make it much greater. Then security. Is a compliance required? If yes, apply compliance policy. Otherwise, use standard security measures. So it's able to go ahead and create me a great flowchart over here without even me touching even a single thing, just with a simple prompt. Now, I don't want a flowchart. I don't want a flowchart. Okay, now what I want, I need a mind map. Just select the mind map. Okay, you can just select the mind map over here and just say generate the program. Oh, sorry, go ahead and try to generate. Let's see what mind map it is able to go ahead and create it for me. Okay, it's trying to generate the mind map for me. Let's just check where it is gonna go ahead and create it for me. Okay, so I mean, what I'm trying to say is it's just giving you different possibilities. See, oh wow, see. Now, you know, if you see this, right, I don't know how many of you are aware of this, but this is like mind map, okay, where your cloud infrastructure architecture is sitting over here very clearly. Okay, and you see, I'll just little bit reduce the size of this so that you can see in a little better and in a proper manner. Let's try to zoom this. See how well it is able to create it. Entire structure it created it. Right? You see the cloud infrastructure architecture, and then you see your compute service, networking, storage, security components. And then in the storage, what are all the things needed? Block storage, object storage, file storage, data backup solutions. And then within that, what are all the things which are needed? And then see here, you have the security components. What are all the different things which are needed in security? How, again, how it can be filtered. You see such a great diagram. If I would have asked you to prepare this, you would have done a lot of research. You have to waste a lot of time, and then definitely you'll come up with this solution. I'm not denying that. But if the game is all with how much time you take it. Here within not even a second it took. I ran the prompt. I just selected I need an I was able to go ahead and select it's a mind map, and I just was able to provide the data, say generate the diagram. It just was able to go ahead and create me the respective diagram over here, which is of the mind map. I created flowchart. I created the mind map also. Okay, just by writing the prompt. And one more great thing is it's totally free of cost. You don't need to pay even a single rupee over here. It's totally free of cost, which you can be able to go ahead and can utilize it appropriately. That's the clarity which we all should basically be aware of. That's the point which we should be aware that how we are handling these things more proactively or effectively, I would say. Okay. So now if I would just go ahead and then try to say here, like you can just generate a lot of things like this. I'd say UML sequence, you select it. Okay. And then you say, I need to generate a diagram. Then again, it will go ahead and generate it for me, everything for free of cost. Okay. You don't need to pay even a single rupee over here. Now see, observe here. Such a great thing, right? You can use it in your presentations. You don't need to be dependent on any of the textbook or internet content, copy and then put it in your presentation. You can create one for yourself. See, user will request the service and then client will forward the request. and then again distribute to compute storage. See, such a great diagram it was able to go ahead and deliver it for us. If you observe it, this is your respective UML diagram. Okay, so like this you can play around with it. Like let's say I want to create a document. Awesome. See, document I want it. Now let's say please go and generate the document for me. Okay, so let's see what it is going to do. See, document is getting generated here. You observe here, I gave a topic, it's able to go and generate the entire document available for me. If you see, this is my document. Cloud infrastructure architecture, key components, compute service, storage, load balancer, networking, security, diagram overview, conclusion. Simple. And you can add it if you want anything. You can just be able to go ahead and add it any information from there. It's able to go and create the document. Okay, so like what is that which is happening here is you can just go ahead and then try to select whatever is needed for you and then try to run the prompt and it will be able to go ahead and give you the output. Now let's say you have a research topic. Come here, ask what is that you need, and then here there is a diagram. Just select either flowchart or a mind map or a ER diagram, whatever you want, whichever suits you, whichever you believe that it can be helpful. Architectures are created, flowcharts are created, patterns are created. Okay, and then objects are created, documents are created, and then you can also create sticky notes. Sticky notes for what? Let us say when 10 people are working. When 10 people are working on your project, create sticky notes. Okay, give one task to each and every one. Let them go ahead and explore and work on it, right? That's the important capability which we all should basically be aware about. So that is the understanding which we all should be aware, and we should be able to go ahead and handle it appropriately. So this is just the thought. I just want to make sure that you all should basically be aware and then can be able to handle it appropriately. So that's the key gist which we all should be taking it. Okay. So this is the main point which I just want to make sure that everyone should be aware. I've given you some example. You can try it out with whatever examples you are aware about. Okay. So let's say, I don't know how many of you are technically aware of certain concepts. I took right now about the, let's say cloud. Okay. Now what I will do, let's say, I will say I need a Miro flowchart. Okay. Another example, let's say I need a Miro flowchart. For what purpose? For demonstrating user interaction. Let's say I want to use it for demonstrating the user interaction with an AI chatbot. Okay, I need for AI chatbot, which is our area. Okay, Gen AI. So where I want to cover this AI chatbot, where it can cover the, what are all the things covering input. Okay, input means what we give, and it should understand the intent. Okay, with what intent we are asking the question, and then it should be able to go ahead and give us the response generation. Okay, it should be able to go ahead and provide us the response generation and the feedback loop, like how we are asking the questions and how it is performing. Okay, so you can ask any random thing. I'm just letting you know so that you can just be able to utilize it. See, now I have this with me. Let's go create a diagram for the same. And what I want here is a flow chart. Let me get started with the flow chart, say generate the diagram, and let's see what it is going to go ahead and do for us. Okay, so, oh wow, it's created. See, you observe here. If you see in this scenario, it was able to go ahead and create it. See, a user input, intent will be detected. If yes, generate the response. If it is no, request a clarification. Then again, it will go back to the user input. Okay, then if the response which is generated, if the user is satisfied, yes, then end the interaction. If the user is not satisfied, request that why the user is not satisfied. Get the clarification and again ask the user to provide the relevant input. See how well it is able to go ahead and create a flowchart for us. Now, in the same way, I would say that's the same to create the mind map. Okay, where it will go ahead and try to dig deep and will try to bring in a lot of different other areas inside it. Okay, so it will go ahead and then try to create me a mind map. See, okay, if you observe here, it was able to go ahead and create such a great one. See, Miro flowchart demonstrating the user interaction with an AI chatbot. So you have your user interaction, response generation, intent detection, and then feedback loop. Okay, so you see that different responses been coming up over here. Okay, so you see that, right? Different responses been coming up over here. I mean, see, you have to explore this. What I'm trying to let you know is I'm enabling you. that you just write a prompt, which is totally free of cost, Miro tool. Whatever you need, just provide it and just select what picture you want. Either you want a picture, either you need a flow chart. Here, diagram. In the diagram, you have the types present. You select whatever type you want and it will be able to go ahead and give you the response. And then now it is up to you which one you want to have, which one you want to ignore it. That's totally your call. And then you can play around with it. That's the key significance of it. Okay. So you see that this is how it's everything is outlined over. And whenever you want to change anything or you want to go ahead and highlight it, okay, or if you want to rerun the prompt again using the Miro AI, see. Okay, so what you can do, you can still be able to go ahead and create it from here also. There are different options if you want to edit. Click on edit button. The same thing, you are not interested. See here, I don't want response generation. I need only response. So remove. So you have an edit option and then select. See, what I'm trying to say, it will give you a base outline. After that, you enhance it, you modify it, or you want to go ahead and try to like take that out. That's totally your call. At the end of the day, how well you are able to go ahead, structurize, and then how well you are able to go ahead and plan it is the most important thing which we should be aware of. So that's the clarity which we should all be aware when we want to go ahead and handle the things appropriately. Okay, so that's the key gist which we should all be aware and we should be able to know that how we can be able to utilize it effectively. That's the key thing. Okay, so somebody was asking how to create the document. See here, second option is document only and it's totally free. And then say generate a document. Now it will go ahead and it is gonna generate the document. Just maximize this. Now you see that document is getting created. That means for whatever flowchart you created, for that the document is also created. Let me say somebody says that, okay, flowchart is great. What is it is trying to explain? Here, the content is present. User input, intent detection means what? Response generation, feedback loop. And in the flowchart, what is happening? All the details are being provided and the conclusion. See, you didn't even do anything. What is that you have done? You are just writing the prompt based on whatever domain you're working upon. Remaining everything is taken care by the AI itself, where it was able to go ahead, generate the response for you, and then you're also able to go ahead and see the output of the program here also. So this is the clarity which we all should basically be able to emphasize and take it up appropriately. So that's the just the key thing which I just want to make sure that every one of us should basically be aware. Okay. So hope that this makes clear to all of you. So this is how you can do three different types of things today. What is that I've explained to you? First, I did it in my chat GPT, okay, where I created some images. But the only problem is if you really want to do in the like without subscription, it is not possible. Because in chat GPT, you need to pay and then you can be able to create images. If not, you cannot be able to handle it. That's the first thing. And then the second thing which I just want to explain here is for that I've explained to you the Copilot, Microsoft Copilot tool. Here also you need to log in through your Gmail account. And then here you can create images for totally free of cost. Here you cannot create architectures or the XML diagrams or mind mapping, whatever we have done, document you can create it. But yeah, any type of architectural diagram is not supported in these tools. It may be Copilot, it may be a Chat GPT, it may be your Gemini. Okay. So here, whatever images I was able to go ahead and create, it's totally free of cost, everyone. Okay. This is all like a imagination. Like you have some imagination in your mind, go and write it in the prompt in whatever English you know. Okay, you don't need to be like I would say a English professor in order to do the things. Whatever is your thought process, make it very clear. It will go ahead and generate the images in such a great way so that you can handle it very proactively. That's the key point which we need to understand it. Okay, and then apart from this, I was able to go and create some Red Fort and then the Charminar. We were able to do all these things. Okay, and then we moved into an interesting tool called as the Miro. Okay, but before Miro, we have seen even this person does not exist.com, where you see that like people are getting generated, but those are not the real persons. They never exist in the world. But your Gen AI is able to create such a great images that you will not even be able to detect that whether this person is real or fake. That is the capability of the generative AI today, where nobody can detect what is fake and what is correct. Okay. And then you see that there is a Miro present over here. Miro is a tool which we can be able to utilize it. See here, what I did in the Miro, right? Just you have to log in through your Gmail account. Okay, once you log in through your Gmail account, right, it will ask you to create a board. It just will ask you to create a board. Just you can go ahead and can create the board over here. The moment you create the board, then your AI will be present here. Create with AI. The moment you click on create with AI, it will ask you to provide the prompts. So provide any prompt. Let me say you're working on the research. Okay, or you're working on in another area like cloud area or blockchain or cyber security or AI or ML or a generative AI, or maybe you're not working in any domain currently, but you want to go ahead and experiment it. You can always be able to go ahead, write a prompt, experiment it on your own, and see whether you are able to create the flowchart here at the end, the last one where you see the diagram, right? Here you have the option as a flowchart where you can create your own flowchart. If you wish, you can create your own mind map. Okay, you can create your UML sequence, ER diagram. Just try to play around with it. Everything is free of cost only. Okay, and then you can create a document if you wish to. You can create an image also over here. Okay, 3D designs you can create. Design flat design you can be able to create it. Okay, so like this, you can be able to play around with this. Okay, and then you can create your image like like sticky notes by giving tasks to people. Like this, you can be able to play around in different ways. I would be able to go ahead and say it to you. Okay, let's see how can I be able to create an image. So let's say I will say flat design. Instead of saying flat design, okay, I would say okay, create a 3D render of a futuristic city. Some random thing, just an image capability is great in ChatGPT and in the Copilot. I mean, Miro also does, but it's not meant for it, right? It's meant for architectures, flowcharts, creating the mind maps. For that it is specialty. Others it's good, but again, see how it has created. It's created, it's really great. You see that, but somewhere it looks everything same. See, that is what you all have to learn. You should know which tool is capable for what purpose, and you have to utilize it accordingly. Just because I know everything and you will put it in one single tool, you may not get the great results. You know, Miro tool is useful for the mind map, flowcharts, documentation. For all this, it's great. Do not try to create image here. If you want imaginative image like images to be created, which is for free of cost, go to Microsoft Copilot and create everything there, which is free of cost. Create whatever image you want with a proper clarity without having any confusions. So this is all about the image world, everyone. The people who were very curious to know how images are getting created, how can I create flowchart, how can I create architecture, how can I create a document on my own. For everything I have just explained or dedicated some amount of time so that you all can understand that how things can be leveraged over here. So now I will be sharing the links. I will be sharing the prompts which I executed, but you don't need to execute the same prompt what I'm using it. Instead, I would request you to run your own prompt and see how well you are able to see the output of the program. So with that, what is going to happen? Okay, with that, you're going to see that you will be able to go ahead and can perform in a really great manner. Okay, just do it, and then you'll see, like, you see now you understood whatever I explained, so you would have felt very nice. But when you go and implement or execute it, right, that's going to make you feel much better. The people who are having laptops and everything, I would request you to go ahead and try to implement or execute it. But before that, let me share all the content. I'll give you 5 minutes of time. Explore, do these things, you'll really feel satisfied. Let me know over the chat, then I will take you to the next topic. With this, we are done with all different types of image creations with the different tools. And then I also explained to you how to create the flow chart and then the mind maps and then diagrams. All of those things I've just explained to you here.
Hello, Prasan sir.
Okay, yeah. Yes, please.
Hello, sir.
Same. Yeah.
Can you hear my voice?
Yes, I can hear you. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I have a small doubt.
Go ahead.
Yesterday we have seen regarding content generation using different prompts with a different LLM like ChatGPT or any other Copilot.
Copilot. Hmm.
Hello.
Yeah, Copilot. Yes, please go ahead. I'm able to hear you.
Yeah, there we have identified whether the generated content is like AI content or not using like 0GPT.com.
Hmm.
So can we
Correct.
check, now we are trying to generate some flowcharts or any architectures using Miro. So whether the generated flowchart or any architecture, whether it is AI generated architecture or not, any other tools are there to detect whether
Again, I said,
I have
right, there are
my
tools
own
present,
or
but yeah,
I
go
have
ahead. Hmm.
generated using Miro.
Yeah, exactly. Got your question, sir. Okay, so what I'm trying to say here is, see, there are tools for sure, like as we discussed about the zero GPT. Okay, there is a tool called as the Tunitin. Okay, TUNI and TIN, Tunitin. But the point is, today, as of today, I would say the detection of the architecture which is being generated by Miro is very minimal in the market. That means if you generate the architecture from the Miro, right? The detection of it is very limited as of now. Okay, it's not a very great detection anybody is able to do right now, but sooner or later I would say some tools which may come up, and then they will leverage it, because today what is happening is not many of them are aware that you can create architectures, or you can be able to go ahead and create a great flowcharts with Miro. So there is a tool like only zero GPT, at least the trusted tool I'm saying. Okay, I'm not talking about there are thousands of tools in the market, but I'm talking about the trusted tool like only zero GPT, which can be able to detect even in the Miro. But the accuracy with the zero GPT, which it can be able to go ahead and detect for Miro, is somewhere around 10 to 20% only. Accuracy is only 10 to 20%. It's not that great. Okay, so as of today, sir, for your question, if I say in one single line, there is no such tool which goes more than 90% to go ahead and detect that this is coming from Miro, or this is coming from ChatGPT, or this is coming from the respective tool. Okay, but from Miro, as of today, at least we don't have it. In near future, maybe in 6 months or 1 year, we will have any other tool coming, and it will detect and let you know, hey, that this architecture has been extracted from the Miro, or this architecture has been picked up from so and so tool. But today it's only 10 to 20% is the accuracy, sir. Even in the zero GPT also, it can be able to go ahead and detect, but it doesn't let you know very accurately that it is coming from the Miro or from anywhere else. So that is one of the challenging thing which you all can work upon. I mean, if you people who are interested in the research, right, you can be able to detect a tool which can be able to go ahead and identify and see whether if any architectures which are getting compromised or which are being taken away from any of the tools, you can create a model and can make sure that it can work like a zero GPT, and it can detect any type of architectures which are being extracted from any of the tools like Miro, Chat GPT, or maybe any of the Copilot, or all these LLMs. Okay, so that's the plan, sir. Hope you got it, or any further questions?
Yeah, got it, sir.
Perfect. Okay. So now let me go ahead and share all these things to you all. So let's give you some time so that you can also be able to digest the things, whatever we understood, and you can also be able to implement it from your end. Okay, first let me share all these prompts, and then I'll take up the questions. Okay, just give me 1 minute. Let me, because I want every one of you to also practice it. Okay, so these are the two prompts which you can run in your Copilot, which I've shared over the chat. And let me also share you the Copilot link. Okay, so just take this up. And what else? What else we have? I'll also share you this one. This person does not exist.com, where it will be able to go ahead and create some random images. Okay, let's go. Let me try to put it over here. And then you have the Miro. Okay. I'm just sharing even the Miro tool also. All these are very exciting ones. Okay. All these are the very exciting ones. And please, I would request you to also to please go ahead and do it right now. I'll give you 5 minutes of time. Please go ahead and do this. It's really helpful. Let's go to zero GPT, as many of you are asking me, right? So let's say I have Miro here, right? Let's go. Okay. So first let's go with the document, whatever the document it created it. Let's see. Let's maximize first. Okay. Let's take the content up to here. Let's go to our AI detector, which is your zero GPT. Put it over here, say detect the text. Okay, see, it says, yeah, 80% of them has been come from the GPT. See, okay, so it's just trying to show from where the content has been picked up. So one thing is it can be able to detect the content. If you create any document, anything as such, you can be able to detect it. But again, later you want to convert it into humanized text, that's up to you. But otherwise, it has the capability to detect the text which has been coming from there. Okay. So now let's do one thing. Let's go back again. Okay. So let's just check it out. What else we were being able to create it. Okay, this was another one. Okay, so okay, I mean, I'm just letting you know that if you wish, you can be able to see. Okay, copy as an image. Okay. So it got copied to the clipboard. Okay, so instead of copying it, what else I can be able to do here? Okay, I just want to take this up. Okay, otherwise I'll do one thing. Let's do with the snipping tool. Okay, instead of copying and doing all these things, let us copy it from here. Let me copy this flowchart. Go to the Zero GPT, which is your AI detector. Let's say I don't want to upload the file here. Let me remove whatever I have already. Okay, I removed it. Let's say if I can paste it, whether if this is coming. Okay, let's just save this, save as flow, and then I'll put it in the downloads. Okay, let's see what it is going to do. Okay, let me upload the file, whatever I have taken it right now. Let's say all the files, the picture, let's say open. Okay, it's not taking. Okay, it's just not taking the file type. Okay, so it just throws out the error saying that I'm not gonna go ahead and take it up the JPG. Okay, so it's just gonna go ahead and then try to ignore this one. Okay, so it's not able to take the file, but if it is a content, it's able to go ahead and then try to detect it immediately. Okay, so and even if you wish to copy the image directly, because you're not in the paid version, right? If you're in the paid version, you will be getting the better capability then. Once you upgrade it here, you can upload the image and then you can also be able to see it. Okay, and here also see you have a plagiarism checker, okay, grammar check. All these things can also be done over here. Okay, so your Zero GPT can be able to detect, but it will never be letting you know that it is coming from Miro or from any other tool. The people who have asked me this question, right? See, the document which it created, right? Everything I just kept it here. It was able to detect that 80% of the content is been picked up from the GPT only. GPT means that's a Miro GPT. Okay, and it was able to give you all the responses very clearly. That's the point which we all should be able to go ahead and then try to leverage it overall. So this is how we can be able to go ahead and can scale it up appropriately. So that's the core or the base fundamental thing which we should all be able to consider and take it up further. Okay. So just want to make sure that you are clear about these things, which is very much required. Okay, so now I'm giving everyone the time. Please go ahead and complete it. Just try to draw some from the Miro. Just try to draw some flowchart or mind map or create some documents, and then try to utilize the Chat GPT to create the images. Okay, try to use the Microsoft Copilot to generate images. If you don't have the paid version in Chat GPT, ignore it. Directly go to Microsoft Copilot, generate whatever images you want. And if you wish, you can upload it over the chat also, if you wish to. Not mandatory, but if you really want to go ahead and then try to utilize it. So it can be helpful for you to go ahead and deploy it. Okay. So you can just paste the image, whatever you created over the chat. And then at the same time, I would also request you to go to Miro and can also be able to do it from there. See, in the Miro also, you can download it. If you go to Miro, see, here there is an option. where you can click on that entire picture. Okay, you can just say. So first you can be able to go ahead and then try to just select this. Okay, and here there is an option like you can create a duplicate, you can copy as an image. Okay, so that's gonna be like copied in the clipboard, or if you wish, so you can present it. This is how your entire presentation would actually look like. Whatever I have created, see, I have created this flow diagram, mind map, and see here the first flow chart which I created. See, everything is very clearly visible here. The document, then the second prompt for which I was able to go and create a flow chart, mind map again, right? So you see again there is a document here, image which I was able to create it. So like this, you can be able to play around with this. Okay, just click on escape to come back again. So that's the clarity which you all should be able to be aware about. So now I'm giving everyone the time to go ahead and implement and execute it. So please let me know once you're done with this part. Okay, please complete and do let me know, everyone. Now let me see. Can we do new illustration image we're using with our uploaded image? You can do that. That is for the paid subscription. Okay, so if you're having a paid subscription, right? See here, you can take an image. You can take any upload the file from here. Okay, you can always upload the file. Okay, that it may be image or anything it may be. Okay, so you can just go ahead and take any one picture and can be able to analyze it. Okay, so for an example, I try to take one particular document and I can upload it over here. The moment it gets uploaded successfully, right, you can analyze the image and can ask any type of questions over here. Okay, the one who has asked me, right, can we do new illustration image we're using with our uploaded image? You can do that. But for that, you need to have the paid version for us to take it further. Okay, can we remove the blue in image? No, for that you need to again see that capability is not there, Nagaraju. What you need to do in order for you to go ahead and implement it. So you need to do again some amount of the what do we call this, like Photoshop. You have to do some Photoshopping, and then using that Photoshop you will be able to remove it. Okay. Yeah, if it is asking for sign in with your login like a Gmail account. Same as like ChatGPT only. In ChatGPT, how you all were able to log in through your Gmail account, right? In the same way, even for Copilot also, you can be able to log in through your Gmail account. Okay. Same. In the Copilot also, you have an option here. See, even here you can be able to do for free, but the only thing is the level of accuracy will not be great. Okay. See here, you can again have the upload option. Okay, you have an upload option here, and you can be able to go ahead, upload any of the document and can be or image, and then you can analyze it. But the amount of analysis which the Copilot is going to give will be little accurate because it's not a paid version. But still you can be able to do that. Okay, either in Copilot or your ChatGPT. No, it's not part of this Apple Raju. Okay. How to implement LLMs? Okay, that's not the sessions here. It's all about utilizing the LLM in a better way. Got it? So that's the point. Implementing LLMs will be advanced part, which will be discussed at a later point of time, not at this point. Because people are here first understanding how to utilize it. Okay, later we will discuss about how LLMs can be created, what are the different AI models present, what are the agentic AI model, all those things are going to be different, for which you need to know TensorFlow, PySpark. Okay, all those things will help you to create the LLM. Okay. But now what we are learning is to implement it or utilize it for different case studies. Can we increase the quantity of the photo with Copilot? Yeah, per hour, I think it will be like 30. Okay. If you take a paid version, right, that's a subscription based Nagaraju, then you don't have any restriction. But as long as you're in the free, okay, as long as you're in the free, right, so what is going to happen is you will be able to see that only 30 or 20 only they'll give you the limit. After that you have to wait for 1 hour or certain amount of time, and then you will be able to do it. That's what I explained, right? Copilot is totally free of cost. So see, at the end of the day, these LLMs are all doing business. If you go and pay them, they will give you a better quality data. If you don't pay them, then they will give you low quality data, just allowing you or just like giving you that offer saying that, hey, come and pay, subscribe and get the good quality data. That's it. Okay, so it may not be able to give you the correct results. I do agree with your point, whatever you have mentioned it. Okay, so that's the point. What it is going to do is, as long as you're not in the paid version, sometimes it's going to go and create totally different. Okay, so that's the problem with the free versions, but still you can play around with it. Just try to take some more images and see still if it is making the same mistake or not. Try to analyze it and see the results, how it is trying to generate at the end of the day. Okay, can we increase the quantity? Done till here, done till here, done. Both the plural and image working on implementing LLMs. Great. Okay, so if you're working on implementing LLMs, so I would request you to focus more upon like PySpark, TensorFlow, right? RAG, the retrieval augmented the generation. Go with the VAs, variational autoencoders. Those all those things are going to be really great. Okay, till here done. Till here done. Is Miro diagrams getting in zero GPT? Yeah, you see, right? It is able to detect it, Pradeepti, but 80% it is able to go ahead and detect. So you need to be a little bit cautious over there. Just now I've shown you, right? See here, if you observe, the best thing is take the snipping tool, Geeta, like how I've done, right? You can take the snipping tool. Using the snipping tool, right, you can be able to do that. Or otherwise, here, see, there is an option to export as a PDF. If you have generated a document, right? If you generated the document, here, see, there is again, when you click on the document, there are three dots like this, which is more. You can export it as your PDF, or you can copy the content directly, or you can copy it as image also. That's up to you. Either when you export it, it will occupy, like it will be downloaded as a PDF in your system. See, now I say export as a PDF. Okay, best quality or small size. I want small file size. See, now it was able to go ahead and create it for me, and see here. The document is downloaded. I can be able to go ahead and download the document in my system. Okay. I mean, that's how you can be able to play around with. Okay. So again, in the same way, so for this also, okay, like you have the entire thing, like you can just select them. Okay, and you can be able to go ahead, edit if you wish to, or maybe you can copy it, or you can export it to CSV. Okay, you can copy it as an image. You can be able to do a lot of great things like this. Just click on it and then three dots, and then it will give you multiple options in which you can be able to play around with. Okay, is AI generated topic? No, can we use it for research work? Huh, that's what. See, I'm not saying that you have to mandatorily use it. Okay, it is just to help you out. Now, I'm not saying, see, AI research means what? It should always be new. You're gonna create something new altogether. Now, if you're taking from some other tool and you're trying to implement it, and obviously in the research perspective, they'll understand that this is not something new which you're trying to generate it. This is all for your baseline, saying you that it is going to help you. If you really want to go ahead and do the things, then these are all are the options available which will be realistic or which will be helpful for you to get started. Instead of you wasting a lot of time in doing these things, it will help you a lot of time, and then later you can be able to go ahead and can do great things. That's the point which I want to highlight it here. Okay, to create the proposed objective diagram, so yeah, you can create it, Aruna. You can be able to create it. As long as it is helping you out, you can always be able to go ahead and create it. And whenever you want to change, you can edit and you can be able to rephrase it as I have shown you, right? Just click on it and there will be an option to edit also here. Okay, just click on it, say edit, and you can change it in whatever way you want it. Okay, so like that you can be able to utilize it. Okay, can you be associated here? Generative AI design humans, not real. I use that site, but how can we say here? You see that, right? Every picture, when you observe in this case, okay, observe that. See at the bottom. At the bottom, right? If you maximize it, see it's been created by style GAN. GAN means generative adversarial network. This is the proof. The people who asked me, right? How can we say that the statement is true? This is the model. GAN is the model of the generative AI. Generative adversarial network, we call it as. This is the model of the generative AI. If you go and explore it in the internet, you'll be able to get it. Every picture is getting created with the generative AI using the GAN model, which we call it as generative adversarial network part 2. From there, you will be able to detect it. Okay. Hope that makes sense. Okay. So that's the clarity which we need to be able to do it. Come on, everyone, please go ahead and do it. Okay, in Miro, how can you get an option for the flowchart? The people who have done great job. See in the Miro here, you have an option for the flowchart. Let me stop this first. Here in the AI, right? Create with AI. At the last one, the diagram. In the diagram, you have the type called as the flowchart over here. Okay, in the diagram, you see very clearly there is a last one where it is very clearly present. That's called as the flowchart over here. Okay, so if you see here, that's where the flowchart will be available for all of you. Okay, done. Awesome. The people who all have done, so you got the satisfied results, right? Because this is really a great thing. People who have been able to do and execute this, right? Really, you have done a great job, I would say, because it's not everybody can be able to go ahead and do it. As you all were interested, so I brought this topic for all of you so that this can be useful for any of your PhD thesis, research work, or you want to help your kid, okay, by generating some images for their assignments, or you want to utilize it for your flowchart, architecture, document creation. For all of them, this is going to be a one-stop solution where it will be helpful and you can be able to utilize it in an appropriate manner. That's the key thing behind it. Please complete it, everybody. Please go ahead and then try to complete. What we read it. Okay, so once you click on your Miro, right? So here is where I think we created it on when it is. Okay, today. This is the one which we created today. So you can always click on this, okay? And it is gonna show you whatever you worked upon today. Everything is very clearly visible. Okay, so this is your board. Okay, so you can always be able to export your board as an image. So in whatever board you worked upon, right? See, the board name will be there at the top. It is untitled. I can click on those three dots, go to the board, and I can be able to go ahead and say export it, save as an image. Okay, let's say I need a small image, export it. Okay, image is created. Let me click on it. Okay, see, whatever part is needed, it will be able to go ahead and create the image for you. Okay, so like this, you can always be able to go ahead, and if you wish, you can export this board. Let's say save as a PDF, add a frame. Okay, I need a A4 frame. Okay, within the A4 frame, whatever you want, you can extend all of them. Okay, so within the A4 frame, right, whatever you want, you can extend them. So in that A4 frame, everything is going to be falling into. So in within this A4 frame, I want to put this also. So you can just create the A4 frame and you can be able to have everything present inside it. So here, see, there is an option to export the board. And then you said save as a PDF, or let's say save as an image. Okay, so it will ask you that which size you want to go ahead. And then in the image also, you have to select it. I need a medium one. Okay, but before you select it, so you have to mention it. See here, this is what the image I want. Okay, just select this part and say export it. Let's go and see. Let me try to open this. See here, it was able to go ahead and create the image. Even this is the best option. Okay, so what you can do here, beside the board, whatever you created, right, there is an option, export this as a board, whatever you want to do, like download this entire board, save it to your Google Drive. Okay, maybe save it as an image or maybe save it as a PDF, like however you want, you can be able to go ahead and can utilize it appropriately. I mean, that's the core clarity which every one of us should be aware about. Okay, so that's the point which we need to understand it. Okay. So hope that this is clear to each and every one of you. So how many of you were been able to go ahead and complete it successfully? Is it my voice is low to anybody? I hope my voice is loud and clear, right? Or is it only for Ravi Kumar? Okay, people are done already. Great job. Clear, right? No problem. Okay. I think, sure, maybe Ravi Kumar, just try to join once. Maybe probably, I think there's some issue from your end. Uh, I just explained, right, how to save as an image for the flowchart. Here there is an option. Just you can save as an image by selecting the frame, what are all the things you need in the frame. Okay. So you can zoom it like this. See, you can keep zoom and see whenever you want. You can just put it in 50% and can also check it out what are all the things which are present inside it. So you can just play around with it. What I'm trying to say to all of you here is this is like a playground. You can just go ahead and can utilize it in whatever way you want. Nobody is there to restrict you. That's the clear understanding which every one of you should be aware of. Okay. So is there anyone who is still doing it? Okay. Is there anyone else who is still doing? You want me to wait or else are we good to move on to the prompts? Awesome. Okay. Great job, everyone. Keep it up. So now I am going to go ahead and give you the next level of understanding which every one of you should be aware about. Okay. So that's the second and the foremost thing which we are going to discuss right now. So as you got to know about all of these things, right? So the next aspect here is like, what are all the different prompting techniques anyhow we already learned about? Okay. Now, which is related to AI assessment. Okay. So how you can be able to like have a great prompts with regards to assessments, which is a part of the today's agenda. Like you can create some AI based assessment, okay, where it can be able to automate and can create some great quiz for you. Okay, you can do some AI powered grading. Okay, you can do some grading and then you can do some faculty versus AI. Okay, so let's try to do those things right now. So this is all being done today. And then now what I'm going to explain to all of you here is there are multiple topics which are present. Okay, like first thing is I'm going to explain to you that how we can use the AI based assessment automation. Okay, so you can create using your AI an assessment which people can be able to go ahead and apply it for. Okay, that's what we call it as AI based assessment automation. So what you can do, you can simply go ahead and then try to mention it in your chat GPT. Okay, so you can use now the free version because we are not going to create any more images over here. Let's create a new chat from here. Okay, I would say you are an expert educational AI. Okay, so I would say that you are an expert educational AI. Okay. So the moment I say you are an expert educational AI, and then from here, I would just want to go ahead, generate 3 multiple choice questions. Okay, I would like to say generate 3 multiple choice questions. Okay, with options, and I need the correct answers and as well as the I need short explanations also. Okay, I need short explanations about introduction to what subject about introduction to, let's say, cloud computing. Okay, so let's say about introduction to cloud computing, suitable for whom? For the undergraduate students, who are the people who are going through the BTech and all, right? Suitable for undergraduate students. Now you observe here what is happening. It's very clearly saying that, hey, you are an expert in the educational AI, and I'm gonna go ahead and then try to generate around 3 multiple choice questions with options, correct answers, and short explanations about introduction to the cloud computing, which is suitable for whom? Which is ultimately suitable for the undergraduate students. Okay, this is what we call AI based assessment. Now what you do tomorrow when you want to create an assessment using the AI like ChatGPT, Copilot or Gemini, wherever you go ahead and use it, let the prompt remain the same. Only thing what you need to change here is the multiple choice questions. Instead of 3, put whatever the number you want here. Let it be options. Let us have the correct answers and short explanation for the same. Change the topic to whatever topic you want. I have mentioned your introduction to cloud computing. You can always go ahead and change the topic to whatever topic you actually want it, where it is suitable for whom? The undergraduate students. Let's go and try to enter this. This is where you will see the AI based assessment automation. Okay, let's see what it is going to do here. First, it's asking the question 1. Which of the following best describes the cloud computing with multiple choice over here? And then you see the answer here. Answer is it's a technology that enables access to the computing resources over the internet. Okay, and then you see the relevant explanation. So to the question, to the question, it has been able to provide the answer, and once it provides you the answer, right, it is also giving you the justification or an explanation for the answer. Why it is been happening? Because I mentioned it here very clearly, right, where I want to go and make sure that there is definitely a short explanations able to go ahead and happen about the introduction to cloud computing, which is really suitable for our undergraduate students. Okay, so that's the key thing which we all should basically be aware of. I just want to throw the light on this so that you all can be able to understand. I mean, tomorrow you don't need to go and do anything. So this is like AI based assessment. I know you are the main ones who are writing the prompt, but after you write the prompt, everything is AI doing for you. You just have to analyze and see whether I will be able to go ahead and utilize it. Yes, then take it up. If you don't want it, then ignore and then try to say that, hey, increase the difficulty to medium level, increase the difficulty to hard level. Like that's up to you. You can iteratively refine the prompts, which we already learned as iterative refinement prompting technique, right? You can iteratively refine the prompts and can be able to take it further. So that's how you can be able to see the questions being popping up over here and the relevant answer. And to that answer, the corresponding explanation, whatever is needed, it is being very clearly been outlined over here. Okay. And then the second question, which of the following is not a cloud computing service model? It says hardware as a service. For that, it is also letting you know why it is hardware as a service. Okay. And then again, it is taking the third question. Which of the following is an advantage of the cloud computing? Multiple choice, relevant answer, and then the explanation associated with it. See, previously what you used to do, you have to go to Google or you have to go through the entire topic. You have to understand, prepare questions, identify the answer, and then the relevant explanation associated. But here, that's not the scenario. Here you see that everything is very clearly outlined. You can be able to go ahead and can utilize it in whatever way you want it. Okay. So that's the core understanding which each and every one of you should basically be aware of. Okay. So that's the understanding which I just want to make sure that each and every one of you should be considering. Okay, hope that this makes sense to all of you. So this is the important thing which you can understand. So this is like letting you know as a we are into the training and then as well as teaching and then as well as learning, right? This is the first way in which you can use as a faculty. We are making the things automated for the faculty, where the first step in an automation is that you can create your AI based assessment in an automated manner by just running the prompt over here. You can just create the quiz, the relevant explanation, and the answers associated with it. Okay. So that's how you can be able to go ahead and create it. The next one which I want to explain to you here is this is the first level of automation which the faculty can be able to go ahead and do it over here. Okay. And then the second level of automation which I want to let you know here is you can be able to do AI powered grading system. Okay. So the second one is AI powered grading system. Okay. The first one is your AI based assessment. Okay. The first one here is you have your AI based assessment as an automation. And then the second one you see here is your AI powered grading system. Okay. So that's another key thing which we should all be able to understand, like as an AI powered grading system, that how we have to leverage it and what are all the different things which we should be able to consider over here, and how it is going to be beneficial for all of us. So if you see in this case, right, so one of the most important thing which we should be able to consider here is when you talk about the AI powered grading system, okay, how this is going to be helpful for us. So let's say I will go ahead and try to open a new chat. Okay. So I will say as an AI coding. Okay. I would say as an AI coding evaluator. Okay, assess, you please go ahead and then try to assess the, let's say, you can say students Python submission. I'm just taking a scenario, okay? So Python submission for what? For the prime number checker. Okay, you have to go ahead and like determine the prime number checker coding task. Okay, and then provide me the detailed feedback. Okay, provide me the detailed feedback on how much correct it is. Okay, what we call it as on correctness, and you just let me know the efficiency. You just let me know the readability, and then you can say assign me a total score. Okay, you can assign a total score out of 10. See what is happening, see, let's say you gave a topic. Now say you gave an assignment but you don't have time to evaluate it. Then what you will say is, see, as an AI coding evaluator, please go ahead, assess the students Python submission. Okay. And then for the what? For the prime number checker coding task, whatever is the task. Okay. Provide me a detailed feedback on the correctness, on efficiency, on the readability, and then assign a total score out of 10 over here. And then let's run this and see what it is going to do. Let's try to understand. See, now it says upload the students Python submission. Then I will be able to go ahead, check and see whether if it is appropriate or not. So what I will do, I'll say prime number checker coding task. Okay, I will run it in the another new chat, let's say in Python. Okay, So let's say, let's take the program from here. So it's just going and generating the code for us. So let it generate the code first and then, okay, it's done. Let me copy the code from here and then let's go back to the previous one. Okay, it says, please upload the student's Python submission for the prime number checker. So I'll go ahead, add the code over here. Let me run this and now it should assess. Let's see how it is going to assess and what are all the things. See, now assessment is gonna done. I've evaluated the Python submission. Imagine you are a faculty. Now somebody has given the code to you. You will be assessing in your own way. The same thing your AI model like ChatGPT is currently doing it right now. So what did you say? Here you ran the prompt very clearly mentioning that behave like an AI coding evaluator. Now assess the students Python submission for whatever task you are given. You in this, the task is prime number checker, and then provide me a detailed feedback whether it is correct or not, how much efficiency the code is having, how much easy it is to read it, and assign a total score out of 10 based on the parameters which I asked for. So now what will happen here, you see in this case now assessment is been done. See, correctness is 4 out of 4. The code correctly determines whether a given number is prime or not. It correctly returns false for the number less than 2. Basically for the lab evaluation it's going to be very much helpful. Okay, now correctness is 4 out of 4. Efficiency out of 3 to 2.5. Minor improvement is the loop could be optimized further. See, GPT itself has generated the code, and even in that also it has the little bit of loopholes. So that is the reason, just don't blindly go and try to follow whatever is being asked. You have to be a little bit cautious, proactive, and try to understand whatever it is trying to provide you as an information. Okay, I mean, that's the key thing which we all should be aware about, if I would say. Okay, now you see that you do a minor improvement and then try to change the things, and then you can implement a special case and can identify it. So then for that, half marks is gone. Then again, suggested improvement, what, how you can still further improve it. So now as a faculty, I know the student has been done a great job, but further if you want to give some improvements, what you can give. So even that suggested improvement is also been provided. Okay, readability. Readability is 2.5 out of 3. Why? Because the function lacks the inline comments explaining the key steps. Okay, suggested improvement again for the same. Final score 9 out of 10. For correctness, 4 out of 4. Everything is correct. Efficiency 2.5 is gone. I mean, half mark is gone. Readability half is gone. So out of this, final score is 9 out of 10. And final feedback, give the strength. What are the strengths of the code, and where there is a scope for improvement, you can be able to provide the area for the improvement. And finally, you can give your feedback. See, simply now what has happened, this is what you call, you can make your life much more automated by using the AI powered grading system. Okay, by using the AI powered grading system, what is that you are trying to do here is you are making your code go in a really great direction. That's your AI powered grading system, where it is assessing your code, where it is giving the feedback for the same. It's giving you the grade out of 10 on different parameters, whatever you have been able to provide. It's giving you the strength. It's trying to give you the area for where you can be able to go ahead and improve it. So everything is very clearly been outlined over here. So this is the understanding which each and every one of us should be able to have it. Now, whatever I'm explaining, right? This is all for your advantage. This is all for you to make your life more automated. This is all for you to make your life easier. That's the main gist or the significance behind it. So as part of that, how the faculty can make their life much more easier and automated, for that first I explained to you about the AI based assessment automation, where you can just ask what topic, how many questions are needed. It will give you the answers with explanation based on your prompt. The second one, right now we have seen the feedback grading system, where it will assess the feedback of whatever you provide it, like a faculty or like a professor. It will go ahead, go through all the parameters, and it will give you the final assessment. Only thing, as a professor, what you have to do is you just need to identify whether your chat GPT was able to assess the thing appropriately or not, or whether it has done something mistakes, because it will do mistakes. Okay, it can, I'm not saying that every time it will do, but it can still do mistakes. So for that reason only, as a human being or as a professor or as an associate professor, we need to be very much cautious with how the things are being going. so that there is never a difficulty been occurring in the process overall. So that's the core understanding which we all should basically be able to be aware when we want to really do the great things. Okay. So that's the core point which I would just want to make sure that each and every one of you should be aware about. Okay. So yeah, that's something which I just want to make sure that every one of you are clear about. Okay. So now let's say another. These are all automations for the faculty to make their life easier. One thing we detected assessment. Another one is a grading system and the feedback process. Now detecting the plagiarism. Okay, so detecting the plagiarism and code similarity. Like you know, right? We already discussed about this in the zero GPT. But here also we'll see like whether if chat GPT can help us or not. Okay, whether our chat GPT can help us out in this or not, let's check it out. So as a faculty, maybe I know you will be very curious, right, to know whether is there any plagiarism been involved or whether is there any similarity of the code already been elsewhere present, right? You'll try to do that. So for that, what I'm going to do, I'll be sharing the prompts. Okay, just let me explain all of these and then I'll give you the prompts where you can also be able to go ahead and practice from your end. Okay, now I'm just trying to run a new chat over here. Let's say I would say perform a plagiarism. Okay, you can just say here perform a plagiarism check using AI. Okay, so you can just say here using the AI. Okay, on the students. Okay, I would say on the students JavaScript submission for what, for simple calculator. Okay, let's say for the simple calculator, I would say against all other submissions and internet sources. Okay, so if you observe over here, right, I'm just trying to say, just go ahead and check it out where and all it is present. Okay, and then you can definitely highlight any matches very clearly, and then you can be able to provide the percentage of how much similarity of the code is present in the internet. Okay, so you see, right, percentage of the similarity, and what else we need, and specify. Okay, specify me the exact sources, so you don't need to depend on zero GPT also. Okay, of any detected plagiarism. Okay, so you see my prompt, perform a plagiarism check using the AI on the student's JavaScript submission, whatever the student has submitted the JavaScript for what? For the simple calculator against all other submissions and internet sources. So simply check it from internet sources if this is anywhere present. Highlight me if there are any matches which are clearly present anywhere. Okay, provide me the percentage of similarity if it is present, and specify me the exact sources if there is a plagiarism being detected. Okay, let's run this prompt. So when you run this prompt, it will ask me, okay, let's first check, please upload. Okay, just say, okay, you are asking me, right, upload the code whatever is the JavaScript submission for the simple calculator. Let's go try to run this here. Let's try to generate it. Okay, let's try to generate the JavaScript submission. What it is trying to do, no, I will say you only create me the code. Okay, I'm just saying that you only go ahead and then try to create me the code. It's asking me that you provide me the code, I will check it out. Okay, but I don't want it, I need the code. Okay, it's going and creating the code for me. So let it quickly go ahead and create it for me. Here the code is getting created. Okay, so I will copy the code from here. Let's go back. Okay, let's go back to the chat wherever I was already present. A plagiarism check request. Let's go over here and then try to take the code and execute it here. Let's see what it is going to do. Now I have been able to provide the code. So it's searching and checking if there is anywhere present. See, The students JavaScript for a simple calculator defines a calculator class, okay, with methods for basic arithmetic operations. It's explaining about the code. Upon reviewing the available sources, similar implementation of a calculator class with these methods are common in educational materials and coding exercises. For instance, a GitHub titled implement a class calculator have the below methods presence. So everything it is showing. Another example is JavaScript 360. From there, this is being picked up. Okay, so if you see here, right, given the fundamental nature of arithmetic, I mean, it's just letting you know from where and all the content was being picked up. It's very clearly highlighting that from where and all the content has been picked up. But now I would say, give me, okay, please provide me the percentage of similarity and I am interested on it. Okay. Let's say what it is going to do. I want to know how much similar things were being picked up. I need the percentage of similarity. That's it. Okay. It's again going and saying that it's just been picked up. Okay. There is no clear evidence of the plagiarism. See, the code aligns with the standard implementation of a basic calculator, does not contain. See, it's saying you see, it may be little bit unique. The code may be little bit unique, but still add, subtract, multiply, and then whatever functionalities are somewhere or the other it is present. These methods. It's just trying to let you know that. Okay, but you observe that, right? It was not able to go ahead and detect the percentage exactly. That is why I say you, Chat GPT is not 100% accurate. See, even though I said that please provide me the percentage of similarity, how much it is present, it was not able to do. But whereas your zero GPT was able to detect that. Your zero GPT was able to go ahead, detect, and can be able to identify the percentage of the content which actually matches. But in the Chat GPT, when you run this prompt, it is letting you know from where and all the code has been picked up, from which all sources it has been picked up. But it is not able to give you the exact percentage of similarity which is being picked up from the different content. So that is the clarity which every one of us should basically be aware of. Okay, so this is how you can leverage it for the plagiarism and code similarity. Like if anybody is bringing any code from different sources, right, you can always be able to go ahead and utilize it in a better manner. So these are the three different ways in which you can be able to automate the things for your easiness, which is majorly related to training and learning. Okay, so you can create the AI based assessment automation. You can create an AI powered grading system. You can also be able to utilize it for the plagiarism and code similarity if your students are submitting anything as such. It may not give you the exact percentage, but it will let you know from where the code has been picked up, from what all sources it has been extracted over the internet. And then later you can verify and then you can identify whether those have been picked up really or not. So that is the overall clarity which we all should basically be aware of. Okay. So right now, if you check it out here, I'm gonna put up the prompts very clearly for all of you. So the first one which I ran was about, I think it is related to the assessment. Okay. So you see that here, this is the first one which we were able to run. So let me open the document which we were referring from the last 4 days, right? Let me try to bring that document very quickly. The prompting techniques. Okay, so right now I've explained to you about we are done till here. AI based automations. Okay. So the first one over here is this, and then the second one which we were able to run here is the feedback grading, the AI grading system, right? So where it was able to go ahead and identify it. So I think not this. Okay, I think this is the one. This is about your multiple choice questions, okay, where you can assess the feedback and can be able to identify that how things are working over here. Okay, what else you have here? This is another one. Okay, And then finally the plagiarism detector. Okay. So we ran the prompt over here for the plagiarism detector, where you can be able to detect how much amount of plagiarism has been done. Okay. So let me also try to bring this to the bottom here, AI based automations. So you see that the first automation which got executed, right? So the first one in this scenario here is there are total three types. You observe over here, one is your AI based assessment. Okay, so the first one is your AI based assessment automation. This is okay. And then you see that there is a second one present over here, which is related again to your AI powered grading system. Okay, so basically this is your AI based assessment, I would say. Okay. And then you have your above one as your AI grading system. Okay, where you can get the grades and the feedback in a proper manner. And then the final automation for the faculty is plagiarism and then the code similarity. Okay, so you can detect that plagiarism and the code detector, or you can say code similarity. Okay, so this is another one which you can be able to take it up. So overall, these are your AI based automations which are also part of the today's agenda. So I just want to also highlight this. You can make your life easier. The main intent behind these three prompts here is you can make your life easier by running these prompts, where you can make your grading system easier. You can run your assessments in a very clear way, and then you can also be able to do a great amount of the plagiarism and the code similarity. Okay, so see, today you have done really, really lot of interesting use cases, and which is more related to all to your field only, right? We generated images for all your kids and for your purpose using the new LLM tool called as Copilot. Then again, we went into a new tool called as Miro. Within Miro, we understood how to create flowcharts, architecture, Word documents, sticky notes, how to download it, mind map, a lot of great things we have done. And one more best thing is you all were also able to implement and execute it. What else we needed, right? You all were able to go ahead and implement it. The people who were not able to make it up, maybe you have joined from mobile and all, you can practice it because you're clear with what has been discussed. And then the third thing is how can your life be more automated where it can be helpful for you? And here are the three key prompts which I'm explaining to you. So you can use it for your AI grading system to assess and evaluate and take the feedback. You can use it for your AI based assessment, where you can generate the assessments and can give it to your students based on explanations and answers. You can also use it for your plagiarism and code similarity, just to check from internet if any of the code has been picked up or any content has been picked up. It may not give you the exact percentage, but it will let you know from where and all are the different sources the content has been picked up. Okay, I'm just sharing all these three prompts also over the chat so that you all can be able to utilize it appropriately, the AI based automations. Okay, I just shared it. So I'll give you 2 minutes of time, everybody. Okay, I'll give you 2 minutes of time. Please complete it so that once you're done, acknowledge it over the chat mentioning that you're done with it. Please go ahead and complete these three prompts which I have provided to all of you, everyone. And let me know once you all are done with this quickly. Go ahead, execute it for the AI grading system, execute it for the AI based assessment, and then final one is the plagiarism and the code similarity. This is the one which I was explaining. Please go ahead. Please complete it, everyone. I'm going to give you 2 minutes to please complete and acknowledge it over the chat once you're done with it, mentioning that you're done. Okay, I see that majority of you are done with it. Okay, good job, everybody who were able to go ahead and do it. Okay, so great job, everyone. Okay, I would again like to thank each and every one of you for all your hands-on activity, understanding, and then trying to learn all the concepts. And great job for the people who have also practically implemented it. I would request, please take some time out, try to practice all of them, because these are all very, very important. And one more advantage is these are all related to your domain only. So we are not going beyond your domain and trying to do something different. Whatever is as per your request, we are able to go ahead. And yesterday, many of you wanted to know how the diagrams or flowcharts are getting created, how the images are getting created, how you can create mind maps. So we covered a lot of different things. Then again, we discussed how you can use the AI based automations where it can make your life much easier. See, it's not going to replace you for sure. Definitely, it's not going to replace you. Okay. So the point to be noted here is you should be able to go ahead and identify it appropriately. Okay. So that is the main thing which we need to understand. How well you can utilize it, accordingly, you will be able to get the better responses. Okay. Arunakranti, actually, ideally, maybe you are in the free trial. So that is the reason it's creating the problem. Maybe once you move into the subscribed one, right, it will be helpful. For you, the suggestion is try it out in the Copilot once. Microsoft Copilot, which is free of cost, take the same prompt and you can run it over there also. Okay. So yeah, with this, I'm done for the today's session, everyone. Thank you once again, everyone, for your valuable time and trying to understand and learning all the concepts and trying to ask me all the informative questions. So thank you once again. And tomorrow you will be having a new topic coming, and then there would be a new agenda which will be totally outlined by the team. And from there, you all can be able to take it further. Hope that we have thoroughly enjoyed the session, whatever we discussed today. And thank you all for the wonderful feedback. So keep learning, keep exploring, and make sure that you go ahead and try to leverage all these topics, because until you don't go ahead and practically implement it, right, these things are gonna be only good for listening. But when you implement it practically, either right now or maybe later at any point of time, if you get some time, try to implement it. When you implement it, you'll get the best results and you'll have the confidence also. Okay, so with this, I'm done for the today's session, everyone. Thank you once again for all the days which you have listened to me and you have understood all the key topics. Okay, so keep learning, keep inspiring, and then try to keep asking different type of questions which will make you move in a right direction. And I hope that you have thoroughly enjoyed all the sessions. So thank you once again, participants, for all your time. And I'm just checking if there are any important questions from anybody. So using all of this, we are not used as memory in an efficient way, rather than it's best or what's it. See, it's up to you, Anusha. Again, these are all are the different ways you're learning, right? These are all are the, now let's say when computer came, everybody thought that, why to learn this? And even if we learn, then it will misutilize our memory, right? That's what the intention was when computer came. So whenever there is a revolution happens, right, every time the thought will come into our mind. Now see, for an example, if I believe that generative AI is taking away all the knowledge, or I'm not able to think, then don't use it. Simple. Or otherwise you think that, hey, I'm not able to go ahead and do, I have the technology with me, let me go ahead and leverage it, then go ahead and utilize it. See, at the end of the day, nobody is coming and pressurizing and forcing you that you do this. It's up to you. If you think your brain is processing excellent, or you want to give your brain some time to process, and then later you want to go to chat gpt, then go ahead and do it. Okay, so that's at the end of the day, it's ultimately everyone's voice and opinion. Okay, technology is evolving, there is a technology available. If we are interested, we can utilize it. If we are not interested, we want to make our brain processed appropriately, you can do it. But at least you know the approach. If you want to use the gen AI tool, that's what we learned right now, so that you know how to implement it. But later it is up to you that how well you want to go ahead and utilize it. Okay, so that's the thing which I would be able to go ahead and let you know, Anusha. Okay, excellent. Okay, then thanks everyone. Have a great day. Good night, and keep learning and keep exploring the topic. And tomorrow the team will come back with the remaining topics which are been outlined in the agenda. Okay, thank you once again, and have a great time. Over to the team, Blackbug engineering team. Over to you.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Thank you. So we are good to close, right?
Yes, sir, we can close it.
Okay then. Thanks everyone. Thanks participants, and thank you. Have a great time.